Hi there, this is Maths with Angela doing types of numbers. Okay then, so we're going to go through the wording here. So square means to multiply the number by itself. Okay, so they want you to do 3 times 3. Okay, so if it says the word square, it wants you to multiply by itself, which is 9. Okay, this is also a square, but they're only giving you a little symbol here, but it means the same thing. Okay, so it means do 5 times 5, which is 25. Okay, so we can move on to this number here, which is cubed. So it's got a 3 in the air, unlike this one here that had a 2. So this means it wants you to multiply the base number, which is 4, 3 times. So 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. Okay, so you do it 2 at a time. Right, this symbol here is called square root. Okay, so you kind of need to know your square numbers first to know what the square root is. So the square numbers are the numbers in turn multiplied by themselves. Okay, so this is the third square number because you're multiplying 3 by itself. So the first square number is 1 because it's 1 times 1. 2 times 2 is 4. 3 times 3 is 9. We've done that. 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25, and 6 times 6 is 36. So if the question says what's the square root of 25, we would say, well that's 5 times 5, so my answer is 5. Okay, so it's what number did I multiply by itself to get the number inside the square root. So the answer to this is 6. Okay, so that's why you need to know the square numbers. Okay. Now it's asking for an estimate this time, not an exact answer. So we haven't got 10 in our square number list, so we have to go to the nearest. So which is the nearest here? Well, the square root of 9 is the nearest to the square root of 10, which gives us a 3. So our estimate is 3. Okay, great. Right, now we're going on to different names, okay? So we've got factors, multiples, primes, odds, evens, and square numbers. Well, we did those above, okay? So factors are numbers that go into a bigger number, okay? So I like to think of this as, okay, what 2 numbers do I multiply together to give myself 12, okay? So I can do 1 times 12, 2 times 6, and then 3 times 4. And that's all of them because there's no more numbers between 3 and 4. So from my list, I can have 1. 1 is in my list, it's a factor. 2 is also there. 3 is also there, and 4, and 6, but not 12. 12 isn't in my list, but 12 is a factor. Okay. Multiples are the times tables. So let's write the times tables of 5. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and so on. Okay. So looking at my list here, 15 is a multiple of 5, and so is 25. Okay, good. Right, prime numbers. Prime numbers only have 2 factors. Okay, in other words, you can only write them as 1 times itself, okay, when you're doing the factors. So the first prime number is 2, because you make 2 by doing 1 times 2. There's no other way. 3, 5, 7, not 9, because 9 can be made by doing 1 times 9 and then 3 times 3. Notice I'm missing out all the rest of the even numbers because you can always do 2 times something to make an even number. Okay, then we've got 11, then we've got 13, not 15 because you can do 3 times 5, not 16 because it's even, 17, 18 no, 19 yes, 20 no, 21 no because you do 3 times 7 to make 21, 23. Okay, right, so going to our list up here, we've got 2 is a prime number, we've got 3 is a prime number, 5's not there, 7's not there, 11's not there, 17 is there. Okay, right, the bigger number. Now 25 can't be prime because you make it by doing 5 times 5. and 49 can't be prime because you make it by doing 7 times 7. Okay, odd numbers. They have a unit of 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Okay, so the units of a number must have a 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9 in it. So 4, 6, 2 are not prime, but 1 is, 15 is, 17 is, 3 is, 25 is, and 49 is, because the unit part are either 1, 3, 5, 7 or 9. Right, so the unit part for an even number ends in a 2, 4, 6, 8 or a 0. So 4, 6, 2, 14, and that's it from our list. Okay, alright, so there we go. So there, the odd numbers and even numbers make up all of the numbers in the list. Okay, our square numbers. So let's see if you remember our square numbers. So we've got 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25, 6 times 6 is 36, 7 times 7 is 49. Okay, so which ones are in our list? We've got 1, we've got 4, we haven't got 9, we haven't got 16, we've got 25 and 49. Okay then, so that's our square numbers again. Right, moving on to prime factor form. So we're going to use our prime numbers to divide this number, making a tree of prime factors. So let's remind ourselves our prime numbers. Start with 2, then 3, then 5, then 7, not 9, we've got 11, we've got 13, and so on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 120 and I'm going to divide it by the first prime number if it goes in. So can I divide this by 2? Yes. Okay, so my first prime number. If I divide this by 2 or half it, I end up with 60. Okay, and then I'm now going to use 60. I'm done with 120. So can I divide by 2? Yes. Okay, I half it, I get 30. Okay, right, I'm done with 60. I'm now down to 30. So can I divide by 2? Yes. So I'm going to half it and I get 15. Okay then, so now I say, can I divide by 2? No. So I move on to the next prime number, which is 3. Can I divide by 3? Well, yes, I can. Yeah? And my answer is 5. Now, 5 is prime. So I know I've got to the bottom of it. Okay, so this is my prime factor tree. So my final answer of my prime numbers is I'm going to list these out as a multiplication. So I've got 2 times 2 times 2, so I've got 3 of them, times 3 times 5. And if on the calculator I check by multiplying these together, I should get back to my 120. So this is prime factor form. Okay, right, our final question, which is on working out the value of these two added together. So it's going back to what we did before. So we need to work out this number here. Yeah, so remember 5 to the power of 2 means 5 times 5, which is 25. Okay, and then the other number, 4 to the power of 3, means you do 4 times 4 times 4. Yeah, 4 times 4 is 16, 16 times 4 is 64. And then all it wants us to do is add them together. So 25, add up 64, and line them up, add down, so I'll get 9, add down, so I get 8. So my final answer is 89. Hope that was helpful. Have a go at these types of questions on types of number. Good luck. Bye.